All right, what is going on, everyone? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. My name is Sodum, and what we do here is every Monday through Friday we get together, we live stream, and we figure out and we work towards building a business which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And of course, we are working on Pixel and Pixel Pieces, which is our Webflow template and component library. Which we're hoping is going to help people like me and hopefully people like you that build websites for customers, clients, for yourself, whatever, build them much faster and, allowing you to make a whole lot more money. So yesterday we went on and we started designing a bunch of different layout sections for different components. Layout components, I guess you can say. And today we're going to start putting those together in Webflow. Now, I already started making some of these in Webflow, so let me just bring this up right here. So we're just going to kind of just dive right into this today. So I started already making, I have 10 layouts made of the first 10 that we did. So I think we're about halfway there. And yeah, we're just going to continue on building out these components. So there's the layout that we just made, or that I just made here is this layout now. And I actually added another one here. We have to go back and rename all these. Just to make sure that everything's still in sync. But if we have this component here, layout number 10, this is the one that's number 9 here. So we're just kind of one number off. So we're going to go here and do this one next, which is very, very similar to this one. But again, we're going to duplicate these. And by the end of the stream today, we'll get all of these published. So, if you wanted to go take a look at these, on Pixel Pieces and see how they look, test them out, whatever, they will be available, which is pretty cool. Okay, so let's do this. Layout 11. So we create that new one, and as we do with all of them, we just basically cut and paste. Delete this one here, paste this. Oh, no, undo that. Gotta clear some of these styles first. And paste. All right. Oh, we rename here first. One of the things that I want to do is, in Pixel right now, there are lots of different placeholder images, but I like having things consistent and just having one image or maybe even a variation of the same image, just to give you easier for when you're scanning the components to give you, let me just see what I'm saying here. So when you go to components here, it's even hard to say here, but yeah, so there's see how there's different images here. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to see what the difference is between the different layouts. So what I want to do is I want to make it so that all the images end up being the same. So that way at a quick scan, you can kind of see what's going on. Right, so what are we doing here? Oh, right, we're at our cut and paste thing. I think we just rename this. Rename this to 11, and we're gonna copy these. And we're gonna paste them here. Oh, there's one thing that changed, which is the bullet columns, but that's okay. We're not using bullets for this one, because this one is going to, oh, what did I just do? What did I just do? Oh, I just deleted the actual label. Okay, so we're gonna go here. No, maybe here. Maybe here. Oh my goodness. We basically want to copy this. Let's do it. Let's do it here actually. And because we just want to rename this. And let's go to our layout 11. So we're basically replacing this with this text here. And we're all center aligned, I think, because this is aligning things center. Yep. So that is just about right, except this one here needs to be 0. And that's 1.5, yeah. So if we go to look into our Figma, that's what we have here. And this, of course, this image looks really wide because obviously it's just made to just fill out everything 100%. So depending on the image and depending on what people are going to use, it could be a much different size. But again, this is just kind of for demonstration purposes, what this, you know, layout and what this looks like. Okay, so that's this component, and I think we're pretty much good to go on all sizing. Yep, perfect. All right, so we'll keep plugging away. So once we get into the swing of things, it's not too difficult to maintain, but it helps that a lot of the a lot of these designs are very, very similar because they just have kind of the same pieces just kind of repeated. Okay, so let's see, this is again basically the same thing, except we're going to have everything all left aligned. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep this layout. Actually, we're going to go back here, put this in here. We're going to delete this. And in this paragraph, I know we got rid of this. So, and I'm going to rename this. And put this layout 12. All right, copy that one. Delete and paste. And I think we're gonna simplify this into one container. Like this, get rid of that. And inside all of this is going to need to be left aligned. So we need to reset this here. Oh, it's not resetting that alignment. That's strange. Because we basically need two of these. So let's delete all of this. I don't know why I can't get rid of this. Something's up here. I'm actually going to try to refresh the screen here. There we go. Maybe let's try now. Still being strange. Maybe it's another Brave browser thing. Weird, very weird. Maybe if I take out the display. Oh, this is also Flex 12. Okay, so this is interesting. So this one, we need to go back and align this left. And perfectly. So this layout is going to be a grid. And it's going to be 2-column grid, gap 3. I think that works well. Duplicate this. And the difference that we're going to do here. These all have margin. If these all have margins of 0, we could go here and do our gap like this. The problem is that I'd want a little bit more. So, but the only thing I don't like this. So what I'm thinking here is, because this layout here, this whole layout 12 content, that's laying out everything here, but I don't like the space between these two. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this actually in a div block. And yeah, that's gonna work 12. Layout, that's gonna work well. Layout 12. Let's call it header. And then in this one, we can add in our little spacing in between here. Yeah, that works. Delete that and copy and paste this. And do we have more? Let's do 5. I know there's a few more. Yeah, let's go with this one. Pulp Fiction. Select and then paste. No, I want everything to be the same. Just to look the same. One thing that we need to align. Actually, if I go back there, oops. What's happening here? Oh, right. How do I redo stuff? Control Shift Z. Control Shift Z. Okay, that's even. All right, so now I just want to paste this. All right, so I pasted this as a different text. Now you can see that the layout is a little bit off, so I think we need to align this to the top. And it's not the grid itself that's the problem. It's this rows. I think it needs to align to the top. And how come this isn't changing that? Oh, these things have their own little thing here. Okay. Let's reset that. And let's go back here. Let's reset our alignment. Same thing with this. Reset that. Okay, perfect. And then we keep it here. And I think once we go here, yeah, then it goes to 2. Which is perfect. Perfect. I like that. Let me go back to here for a second though. Right, I gotta make sure I'm not using displays when I don't need to. But they're right, that's not gonna work here. Right, that's why this is here for this one. Got it. Makes sense. Okay. Layout 12 is done. Duplicate. 13. All right. And what's the difference in this one? Right, same thing, but just everything just centered. Okay. So let's copy this. And go to our folders. Save that. All right, layout 13. Here we go. All right, let's copy this one. Get rid of it from over here. And right, the difference in this component again, this component, we have our content that is centered. So that should be fairly easy. I think it's in this container. So if we line everything to the middle, to the center, this way, that should align, that aligns the content, but now we also need to align the actual text within the content. So this layout 13 header, flex that to the center as well. That'll solve that problem. And this is paragraph just needs to have its text aligned center, and that should do it. Yep. So again, making sure everything just looks okay. No, we have one last issue. The actual text layout here as well needs to be center. I wonder if we can do it on its parent element here, the layout 13 underscore header. So if we try that, I mean, it should work, yeah. And so this is the thing too, where we might need to be a little bit careful, where if some user, let me think, someone's going to copy this component. If they have their heading center lined, oh, that's okay. It's just going to override whatever we put, because it's going to override whatever we put on here on this layout 13 underscore header class, right? So I think that's okay. But then again, why is a user going to want to have, no, we don't want, do we want to override the user styles? Yeah, so I'm just thinking if they have their header, like an H2 element, because this is, here's H2. If they have that one set to, say like all H2 selectors, right? All H2 headings, if they have that set to align left, then if we manually set this one, layout 13 underscore heading to 2, or sorry, to align center, then that would override what they have. It's an interesting question. Because if they copy it, they might be like, hey, well, how come things aren't centered? It's like, well, because your H2, because I think we want to have what people put in for those H2, H3, H4. We want to have that be consistent across their whole project. So I'm kind of leaning towards keeping it like this for now, and then again, we'll wait to see what we get for feedback once people start using these components. So yeah, so we'll leave it like that for now. Okay, so next component. Again, very much the same thing, but let's just simplify it with a whole lot less stuff. So let's get to duplicating. I feel like it's a pizza pocket. It's like it's got more stuff. In this case, got less stuff for this layout. Okay, let's go here to our cut and paste. Nope, we need to actually paste something in. Oh, rename 3 classes to avoid conflicts. Yeah, let's always forget to clear that. Okay. All right. Save these changes. Good. Copy. And paste. Okay, what's the difference again? Title, image, and text. All right, so title, delete, image, and text. Delete the button. Delete there. Okay. So here we have our gap, and that's all 0. Perfect. If we copy paste. But so here's where we're going to, well, no, I think maybe here we can also, if we line everything center here, we can probably get it off the paragraph here, which maybe should have been what we did in this one, right? So if we get it off here and we get it off here, we can put it in this whole thing here. Yeah, that makes more sense. I like that. Okay. So going back to here. Yeah. I like this. Let's copy this text. Select, paste. Maybe we can shorten that one a little bit. Okay. Good. I like it. Coming together. Okay. Layout 15. Let's create that. And what's the next? Whoops. Okay, but we just need buttons. So I think for this one, wait, I think we just duplicated one, eh? We have layout 15. I think we're going to take this one though, and we're going to copy this one, which we might actually have right here already. Yeah, so we're just going to rename this one to 15. All right. 15, copy that. Right in here. I have to fix this here though, because I know. And remove that there. There you go, that's fixed. Okay. So we have just the text below the image, or the heading, I should say. Looks like I duplicated that. Didn't want to do it that way. Then we want a little bit of text. So I have one button here. I don't know if it makes sense to just remove one button or just have the two, because someone can delete a button very quickly. The reason why I took that off is because that's a lot of buttons. You don't really want to give people that many options. So yeah, maybe we want to simplify it here for this. design. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, but I kind of like this much better, so the user can just kind of get on to what they want to get on with. You gotta lead the user to what they wanna, where they wanna go. You have too many buttons and too many things, too many options. It's not good. You don't want to overwhelm the user. Oh shit! Did I change that onto layout? Ah, shit! I think I completely messed that up. Ah, shit! Now I can't even go back and redo that. Oh, because I moved over to a different page. That's layout 15. Now I have to redo this whole thing. I have to redo layout 13 again. Actually, I might have it right here. Oh, that was annoying. I don't think I've ever done that before. Usually been pretty good at not messing up where I'm building, but okay. So this is 13. Let's go to 13. Delete this. Paste this. Rename 3 classes. All right, so let's undo that. We gotta delete things that we don't have anymore. Remove all that. And then paste. There we go. So this here is centered. This thing, we can change that. And this one, we can just remove that there. Okay. Yeah, it looks good. That's 13. Let me look at 12. Yeah, that's everything but just left aligned. 14 is a super simple. 15 just puts things up at the bottom. Okay. Now, again, a super simple one, but again, just have everything left aligned. So we can do that here. Rename this one. Oh, where are we? We're at 15. 16. I hate when it does that. 16. Right. So no button and no left alignment or right alignment. There we go. However, that didn't seem to fix everything. Specify the alignment. What is going on here? Is there an alignment on this one? Oh, there is. Right, this won't let me clear it out. Why? Oh, that's for the image. That's fine. I don't want to change the image. Okay. This is for the whole grid. And that's fine. This is for the content below, which is flexed and it's aligned to the left. Oh, the paragraph itself has an alignment. Okay, well that's pretty simple to fix. Don't like the gap here. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, we have it the same here. I think we'll leave it like that. It just looks a little bit off because of the default text and everything here and the head and the heading. So I think we'll leave it like this. That looks pretty good. Oops, I shouldn't be really changing it here. I should be changing it here, but you know, it's okay. All right, so let's create our new one. Layout 16. And delete and paste. All right. This one, this is going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to take this one. Go 17. And we're just going to center align everything inside. That's inside. Oh, first of all, let's change this up to 17. And where we center align the text. Oh, that's not center aligning the heading. Why is it not? It's a question that I have. Is it this alignment here? It seems to be. All right, I think it's because of the type of element that a heading is. Okay. There we go. Copy that one. Layout 17. All right. Excellent. And then now we have a 3-column layout. Which is good. So let's go here. Now let me just clear out a few styles. Remove. I was taking a little bit. 17, 16. Okay, let's do this one as to the left aligned. Layout 18. It's pretty straightforward. It's going to be another column, and we're just going to left align everything, and then we're going to copy paste, and we're going to get another quote here. And let's copy that. And where are we? Right here. Maybe we can just be small section heading. think here, should we keep it? Yeah, maybe we should. And then go to 1. Yeah, I'm inclined to think that. So let's go to 18 or 17, I should say. Duplicate this. Delete. Like, it's tough to say to keep this into three columns, but it all depends on how the user wants to, how they want to frame their content. I think we'll keep it like that, because that could work. It's something that I would probably do as well. So in terms of keeping it at 3 columns on the tablet mode. All right, 19. Layout 18. 19. Oh, excuse me. Let's copy that. Delete, paste. And again, the difference here, we want to align things in the middle. Text, text, text. There we go. And I think what we can do here for adding a couple more. Okay, we got layout number 20 now. Take that, paste it here. But for this one, I want to add back our buttons and our heading. So where are they? Yeah, right, something like this. So let's just copy that. See where that can fit. I mean, if we paste that in here, basically want this eyebrow here, right? Actually, put that. Actually, yeah, let me paste this here. Let's just go to his for a second. Oh, no, we want this one here to go to 20. Oh, shoot. Okay. Layout 20 content. Layout 20 heading. Okay. I'll have to play around with this one. Ooh. Hang on, that might not actually work. Right. I think I want this as like layout 20. I think header is what we want. we do here, oh shoot, I totally forgot all about the colors. Yeah, I've gotta make sure to change the colors properly. Right, so we take off all the spacing from here, and we're gonna put it into our container here. 0.5. Makes it easier to control the spacing. Then we delete that. And then we want a button group. Copy. I messed up again because we want this layout 20, not 19. My goodness. I thought I made a copy of this one already. That's 18, 17, 18, 19. Ugh. I think sometimes it gets all fuzzy. Okay. So let's go back to yeah, I think what we can do quite simply is we can just copy paste this one, and we copy this text, paste it here, and this content we can delete. This one could go back up here. That's 19. 18 is okay. 19 should be or 20. Oh, this should be right. That this all needs to be 19. I feel like I already have layout 19. Let's see what happens. Layout 19. I do. So let's see. 19 content. Yeah. All right. 19 heading. 19 paragraph. Okay. Oops. Paste and paste. Copy. No, I want to do this one. Copy this. Paste it here. Copy this. No. Oh, 19, 20, 20 here. Paste. Yeah, let's go here. Copy this one. Okay, that's back to where it was. Now 20, right. So we have this layer header here. Yeah, and now we need some buttons. Where are some buttons? Right here. Copy this button group. And just paste it here at the bottom. Kind of the same thing here. Too many buttons. So let's just have one button. If we copy that here. Copy the header. There we go. It's layout 20. Okay, let's have a look at different sizes. Good. duplicate this one. Layout 21. Clear out these styles. Back here, paste. And layout 21, save changes. I'm effing ready. Okay, and rename layout 21 and align these center and text align as well, center. And the last thing we need to do is I think this layout is also needs to be aligned center, and we should do we also need to text align this one? I feel like we're okay. Yes, and we are okay. Perfect. Copy that. Right to layout 21. Oh, my ear. So itchy. Strange. Oh, now I can't hear from it. Okay. So that gets us to one more to just do. This one's kind of an interesting one. I kind of like this one actually. So we got one column, two column, and then back to just the one column with the button here. So we can probably even just approach this. Well, let's just use it let's just approach it using this layout. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, this one here. Let's rename this one back to 22. Yeah, so this will be the last one we'll do here in Webflow. Then we'll have all these 21, and then we need to add them into our actual application so that we can make them available in our component library for everyone. That's what we'll get to work on after this. All right. So let's delete this one, delete this one. We're going to need 2 image containers. But then we're also going to wrap them around in their own container. 22, I'll just say images. And then that's going to be displayed block. And we're going to give it a little bit of a gap. I think just one is good. And how do we want to design it so that, yeah, this content is a little bit smaller or wider than this one. So we want to have, this layout is this 22 images. That's going to span the full width of the containing element or parent, which is layout 22. So let's delete all of this here for a second. I think if we rename this to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. What just happened? What just happened? No. Yeah, reset this. Yeah, rename this one to container. And then we're going to take Control-Alt-G, and we're going to wrap this around. Control-Enter to give it a class. Layout-22_container again. And we're going to make the actual container, we're going to give it a width of 100%, but we're going to give it a maximum width of say 50. Is that about a good size? Let's copy this text too, actually. Whoop, what did I just do? What is going on here? Going some weird desktop stuff. Okay. Copy that. And paste. Shoot. Maybe even a little bit smaller. Yeah, something like that. That looks better. And so what we want in this, I have a gap of 0.5. So this is where, oh, right. I actually want this part to be up here. Which I like. And we don't even really need this in here with the button. Because we have our gap here 1.5 and our gap here for layout 22 container. We have it at 0.5. Sam, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So switch from client first. So I would have to say, well, first of all, like, how you doing? It's been a while. So welcome. Yeah. I have to say I'm like 90% client first. So yeah, so there's some things that I've switched. So this is one of the things that I have the hardest time with is figuring out what the best way is to deliver layouts in that I don't like putting margins or paddings in like every single element. What I like to do is if you have everything wrapped around in a container and you just have it flexed and then you can give it your margins that way. That being said, yeah, there are things like here's the style guide right here. So there's lots of things that are very, very similar, like the text weight, text align. Those things are very, very similar to client first or pretty much the same. But there's a few things that are different, like in terms of the coloring. The spacing is a little bit different as well. I don't like how they do the padding and then the direction of the padding. So yeah, so there are things that are a little bit different, but most of the stuff is the same, but it is a little bit of a deviation. So yeah, I stopped building in client first because of that. Yeah, it's just it's too much. Like, I guess I totally understand it though. When you're coming from the framework of, say you're an agency and you have like 50 clients, 100 clients, and you have to manage all these different websites to get every single person on your team on the same page in terms of how to develop a website, then I think it makes a lot of sense. But one thing that Webflow is so bad at, and I absolutely, like, I don't really even know, like, you know, what we can do about it, is whenever you have combo classes, you know, like is whatever, we have this combo class here. Whenever you want to get back and do something on this specific class, you have to go back in here and you have to select that one. And that's okay. But then when you get into this, like a different, what is that, different breakpoint, then you can't go back and create a new one of just that. It's just like, it's really, really, really annoying. Yeah, Timothy Ricks. Yeah, we were actually, Kevin brought him up yesterday as well too. So yeah, he really knows what he's doing. He's pretty good. So does he talk a lot of, I think does he talk more about this in terms of how he uses his Lumos system and how he gets around those nesting classes and all that kind of stuff? Or is there something else specifically that he talks about? But yeah, I should watch some more of his stuff just to see kind of how he's getting around all that. Yeah, because what I want to do with these components as well too is is to have them as minimally styled as possible and let the user kind of decide how they want to go around, building out their sites, which is why every class is different from each different component. So you're not going to have any duplicating of classes or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. There's lots of stuff, and it's you're never going to get the one system that's going to be good for every single person. Yeah, the fluid system. Yeah, the one thing that I'll say is, of course, is a big knock to that system is the fact that there's a much bigger learning curve than any other kind of style guide. So that, I think that's the knock on it. And then for me, coming from a designer first mentality, having to think about all that stuff is kind of like, it kind of sucks. And if you're especially if you're new to Webflow, going with something like that, you need to have I think anyways, a pretty good fundamental grasp as to what's going on behind the hood in terms of the HTML and CSS and kind of how that's being rendered under the hood and how Webflow is even managing those, those elements. So, but yeah, I think it's definitely not going to hurt to take a closer look at the stuff that he's doing and spend a good day or whatever looking at his stuff and seeing what are the things that I could probably incorporate into the work that I'm doing. Yeah, and the one of the things too that probably my biggest knock against Lumos would be the nomenclature and how the class names and how they're all they're just letters and whatever, not number combinations. And the whole point of what I was saying about pixel pieces and this style guide is it's just by reading the class name, you should have a very good idea of what the hell that thing actually does, as opposed to having, class names that are just more like functional names. So, but layouts is hard, man, and everyone has their own way of doing things. And yeah, the only thing that I know that I can do is have my documentation, explain exactly why I do what I do, and when people are using the components, know exactly what it is they need to change to make things their own, if they choose to, kind of build with my framework. Well, so we changed in version 2. So then I haven't seen the version 2 then. The masked approach, yeah, with Bootstrap. Yeah, I think I even like mask more than I like client first in the way that they're doing things. And I've got a lot of inspiration from the way that those guys were doing it. With utility classes and custom classes. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll take a look. I'll probably, yeah, I don't know when. Soon. I'll try to take a look as soon as I can. Just to check that out. Yeah, okay, cool. So what are we're doing here? Right. This is actually the last layout that we want to do here today. So let's duplicate this one. That's what I love about what people are doing is everyone's just kind of innovating and making things better. And yeah, I just love that. Absolutely love that. Okay. So, right. What is going on here? So something happened here because these images should be full width. So why are they not full width? So within this content here. I moved to Mast 4 projects ago and converted the whole library. We should do co-working sessions on one of these days. I will always disturb workflow and chat. Yeah. No, that sounds like a really good idea. I'd love to see the stuff that you're working on and seeing kind of how you work and seeing how you're I would really be interested in seeing how you converted, when you say your whole library, the whole library of the work that you're doing and all the projects that you have, or do you have some templates or whatever? I'd really love to know what that's all about. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Because are you on Discord? On the Discord channel? Which I still don't even really do anything on, but that would be a great place to start doing some kind of collaboration and kind of seeing how how we're working and figure out how we can, touch base, whether I'm sure they have like video hangouts and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, so you just deleted client first and just rebuilt with Mast. Yeah. Yeah. And it's a pain if you ever find out a way to be able to delete something on one project and somehow magically have that carried over to the next, that would be phenomenal. So yeah, you're not on Discord. How can I join? So if you go to Pixel, let me get the link here. So it's pretty much, I think, here at the bottom. Let's go here. Discord. So this should be the link. So I'll throw that in the chat. Okay, so in the chat, that should be the link there. That gets you to the Discord. Maybe let me just open it up here. No, thank you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's all. I'm still playing around with it. I've never used Discord before. Obviously, I use Slack quite. Very familiar with Slack and using that for work. But just trying to figure out how to do all this thing with Discord and how to kind of make it work well or whatever. Anyways, I'm still figuring it out. So, yeah, perfect. Okay, so, oh right, I was just about to not rant on something, but this is what I would love if you can do this in Webflow, and I am like almost 100% sure this is not possible. But I have the style guide here, so this is the Pixel style guide, and I've been using this to work on some projects. And when I clone this project, it takes the latest version of the style guide, right? But if there was a way that, say a project gets cloned from a style guide, and then you have your original style guide, and then you have your new clone project. If you update the style guide, is there a way to dynamically link the new changes you've made to the style guide to any more downstream projects? That would be really, really cool. So the only way that I think that this could be done is if you created some type of plugin or third-party whatever integration with Webflow to scan all the classes when there's an update and update them onto the new project. So there should be like a button, like if Pixel will have, a button on Webflow. Let me just on the screen here, right? Like there's a FinSuite button here on the side. If there's a Pixel button, that'll be like sync with style guide or something like that. And then it'll pull all the updates. That would be really, really cool. No, there is no late to the stream, man. There's just right on time. So welcome. We're about halfway done anyways here. So yeah, no, welcome. You think Webflow is launching something soon? Check their summer update. That would be really cool. Then if they have something, then like I don't have to build it. If they build it natively, which would be really, really cool. But check their summer update. I think I need to probably head on and watch their their conference this year, because I usually just catch it after. But maybe I'll catch it live. The Figma to Webflow plugin pushes style changes from Figma to Webflow, so it seems like there could be a foundation to make that work. Yeah, that makes sense. So I think what Webflow is doing is components within a workspace can be shared on multiple sites and updated from one source. Right. Yeah. So if you can do that from one space and you could push it to multiple sources, then so that's possible. So I don't see why it wouldn't be possible, especially if all of that code is just sitting in some kind of JSON object or whatever, right? So I don't see why that can't be done. I guess you just have to be careful for whenever there's any kind of conflicts. And again, how would that even happen? Maybe if you like combo class something or whatever. I don't know. There'd be some way to be able to, like, if you press the button and then you want to update, and if there's any conflicts, like when you're updating a WordPress plugin or something where there's a few different changes, you have to or like if you're merging two branches in Git, right? Like you just have to like go over the conflicts one by one to just see what's up. Yeah, maybe it could be done via API synchronized. Yeah, 100% it can be. but it's just definitely outside my scope of expertise. And in order to, by the time, if I ever would try to work on something like that, by the time I would ever get it done, like Webflow would be on like version 20.5 or something like that. But yeah, Rolando, welcome. Good to see you. How you doing today? Build it will probably be on their enterprise plans only. Yeah, like I said, if I could build it quickly, I'd have to hire somebody to come and help me. So I've been thinking too. I was talking to someone this morning about Pixel, about this new starter plan, and just thinking about pricing. And I think this price is like, it's pretty low in my opinion, anyways, for the work that I do and for the clients that I typically work with. But I have this plan for $3,000 for a starter plan, and the idea here is really to utilize Pixel pieces. So when someone comes to me, they just want, they're a new entrepreneur or a new, just new business owner, whatever. They don't have a lot of money. They just want to get a website. So use Pixel pieces, build up the site very, very quickly. Like this will probably, a very simple site could take me like a day or two, and get that $3,000 and maybe, sell them, try to upsell them with, these additional services. Of course, only if they need it, not upsell in the sense I'm trying to like rip anybody off, just like actually give them services. But if I can get some of these projects and getting that consistent cash flow, that might allow me the opportunity to bring on somebody that can help with some of this development stuff that I have a harder time with. So I've been thinking about that, but I haven't pushed this yet, but I haven't talked to a few people, and there's a few people that I know they work with small businesses, and if I can get some type of possibly like an affiliate commission or something like that set up, that they would be more than happy to promote me to their clients, which would be like a huge thing, because I don't want to go out and try to get these clients and do any of that kind of stuff, at least not right now, because I'm too busy trying to build and grow Pixel, or Pixel pieces, I should say. Anyways, we'll see, because there's lots of things that I'd love to build. Anyways, little sidetracked, but here we go. Okay, well, what the hell was I thinking? Oh, right. We are at this new layout 22, right? And then we have this in our cut and paste, right? So let's just copy this and let's bring it into here, and let's see what the hell just happened. Oh no, everything's fine now. Must have just been one of those weird things in the Brave browser. I should probably start doing this in Chrome instead of Brave, because there's always seems to be just a few issues that happen in Brave, but I hate Chrome. I hate Chrome so much. Okay, so I think on this size, we can easily just stack these images. Yeah, that works. That works nicely. Rolando, the $3,000, that includes, that includes a, what do you get with that? Where is my, so $3,000, you get hang on. So you get a Webflow website, custom built, or at least custom designed anyways, but still, I'm not going to be doing anything too fancy. It's going to be like, let me take a look at your branding, let me take a look at your business, and just from my experience and my knowledge, kind of develop a website that's going to suit their needs, depending on what their goals are, and we'll have like that initial conversation. So they got a custom website, 10 pages maximum, 3 CMS collections maximum, which is basically enough to do a blog. Like you have your collections for your posts, you have something for your categories, and then you have something for your authors. So basically that. Optimized for SEO, depending on what they want for their keywords, and just having everything ready to go with the metadata and all the images and all that kind of stuff. So just making sure we do a really good pass over for all of that. They get integrations to things like MailChimp if they have that, and analytics. And they, I say like unlimited revision. So if they're not happy with things, we can kind of go back and forth. And then a training video which shows them how to use the editor, but that'll be something that I can make it once and then just give them training videos for all my clients. So that's what they get. So CMS collections is basically like a database. So it's like how many tables in a database do you get? So so yeah, so like a database for posts, a database for authors, and a database for, or a table, I guess, is kind of the, yeah, I don't even know what the right technical term is, but I mean, I guess if I'm explaining it to a non-technical person, a CMS collection is basically like an Excel spreadsheet, or like one table in an Excel spreadsheet. Is it called a table or just a sheet? I don't know, whatever. But you know what it is, like where something you put in your dynamic data. And what about the domain and hosting? Oh, right. I didn't really think about hosting. So that's going to be an extra charge. So that's not included. Well, I guess it could be, well, no, it's not included because the hosting is what, like $20 a month or whatever it is. So that'll have to be like a monthly price. So I need to put that in there somewhere. So maybe I could say something like 1 year of hosting or something, or I don't know. But yeah, but I just assume that they'll have a domain. But if somebody wants me to buy it, like I'm happy to just, well, actually, no. We'll have to get them to do that themselves. So those would be little details I think that we talk when I'd have a call with a client. So, yeah, I feel like it might be interesting though if I did take a couple weeks and just really tried and like put forth tactics that I know have worked for me in the past about going out there and trying to get clients and seeing how it goes, just so I can maybe have a little bit of a documentation for people that are wanting to know how they can get clients at the, the small type range of like funds, like, like the $1,000 to $5,000 kind of client. So that might be something that might be worthwhile doing for the stream. Anyways, let me know if you want me to do it. Like, I don't want to do that in terms of making little websites for small time clients, but I don't know. It puts food on the table, right? So, anyways, all right. I think you need to refine the company. You have it structured for a technical person. Oh, sorry, I didn't bring up that stream. Yeah, I mean, all those things I can do. They're not like, again, like I've done technical stuff and a lot of the jobs that I've had at the different universities that I've worked with and different other startups. I've had to do a lot of technical stuff. I mean, I was a data manager, so not that really means anything, but so I know technical stuff. It's just not it's not the things that I like to do the most. I'll just put it that way. But I think you need to refine the proposal. You have a structure for a technical person. Yeah, so that's actually a really good point. Into figuring out how I could write this. Yeah, because the 10 static 3, like no one's going to know what that means. 100%. So maybe those are things where I don't even have to say it. But yeah, I would love to, and this is why I need to get some feedback from just potential clients and potential customers that run a small business. What does this speak to you? Does any of this text speak to you in terms of what you might want and what your problems are? And what is the reason why you're asking for someone to build a website, right? And does this solve your problems? So yeah, 100%. I should probably go back and look at the text. But again, it's not the bread and butter of my business. At least not right now anyways. Right. Okay. So that's good. So I like that. Yeah, writing content is always a challenge. And also not one of my stronger suits. Okay, so we have 22 layout components. So I think we're good and this one here, let's just throw this one here at the bottom. Okay, so what do we need to do now to bring all of this stuff home? Light feature. HSTS response headers are now available on all sites. What does that mean? Oh, security stuff? Yeah. Not even sure what that means. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so now we need to go into pixel pieces. So now we need to add in all these new components. Rolando, I started doing person-to-person surveys to be able to structure my proposal for veterinarians with hard data. And maybe you could do something similar. That is that is amazing. Like getting that type of feedback from actual customers or potential customers or clients is that's like gold. So kudos for you for doing that, because that's amazing. And even if you structured a business of like, hey, I just help veterinarians deal with data or this or that, that's so niche that your marketing is going to be, first of all, it's going to be a lot cheaper for you to spend on marketing because it's going to be so easy to target those people. But you're going to know exactly what it is that they want. And then once you get your procedures down for how you build a website for them, or how you manage and structure their databases, and how you explore their the analytics and how you get insights from their data, whatever the case may be, you're going to have all that stuff down pat, and then you're just going to make a killing. So that is amazing. So that's fantastic. And I agree, doing something like that for me would be amazing. But the thing as well that is one of my big problems is that the way that I have things structured right now is I don't have a specific niche of person other than to say, are you an entrepreneur? So something, or a small business, something that I think would even be better for me, or if this was the direction that I wanted to go, would be to niche down even more and say, I build websites for, contractors, or for drywallers, or for small clinics, whatever the case may be. Think of a biz like hairdressers, whatever the case, because then when someone's types in hairdresser website, here's a site that, hey, I've made 100 websites for hairdressers. Here's a bunch of testimonials from all these hairdressers. Look at all these websites. You can have a website just like these guys. So niching down and finding a specific niche and audience like that is super, super, super helpful. And the problem that I'm seeing, and which is another reason why I don't go out there and I'm not doing any marketing for this right now, and I'm just letting for people to come to me if they've just heard about me or whatever through word of mouth. Like, hey, I heard you build websites. Sure, no problem. I'll do that work. But a big problem is how to market just a general, hey, I just do general websites, whether you're a forklift operator or you're a painter or you're a doctor or whatever. It's just so vague and so broad. It's much better to niche down. At least that's my thoughts now anyways. I certainly don't think that's the way for everybody. There's certainly a lot can be said about being just a more general web person or general SEO or whatever the case may be, right? So there's pros to cons to everything, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. You have not worked on the profile of your clients. Here we have a saying that the one that covers a lot does not cover much. It means that if your objective is very broad, you do not have an objective. Yeah. It's, I think the saying here in North America is, here in North America, but, what is it? Jack of all trades, but master of none. So you end up doing lots of things kind of okay, but then you're not a master of anything. So no one's going to come to you when they need that specialized problem. So yeah, that's one of the things I learned a lot in my business coaching thing, was really trying to figure out what your avatar is for your target market and your audience. And then, yeah, you can figure out what that profile is, figure out what their pain points are, and then craft your language in a way that'll resonate and speak to them. So, which is one thing that we're going to be doing and working a whole lot more on for our component library, because that avatar, I think, is a little bit more, I've refined it a little bit more, but there's still a lot of work I need to be doing. And of course, it's speaking to people that are web designers that are just kind of starting out and just want to figure out how they can learn to make websites for clients and what they can use to help with their workflow or whatever the case may be. See, already, even now, I don't even really know how to say it exactly. So there's lots of work that I need to be done to figure out how to properly kind of market pixel pieces. So yeah, lots of work to be done. Yeah, no, I know it's in North America. I know I slipped up. I was for whatever reason I just been thinking a lot about I just been thinking a lot about Panama, and I've been thinking a lot about Ecuador, um, and thinking a lot about like Colombia and Bogota, and then for whatever reason I was thinking about you as well because thinking about like where to live and where you can go that's best for business or whatever. And then I was thinking of you, and I just kind of lumped you in there. So I apologize. That's my bad and slip of the tongue. But yeah, I know Mexico's in North America, but um, yeah. So I think I meant to say like saying in like Canada or whatever. Um, or maybe I'm one of those crazy Canadians or Americans that are like the only thing in North America is U.S. and Canada. That's it. Nobody else is part of it. Yeah, my bad. After all that I said, that's what you picked up on? Yeah, grill me on that one. I'll take that burn though. That was bad. Okay. So components, right. We're making more components. So I think what we want to do here, let me keep this open because I might need this. I can close this. I could close this for a second. If I look at the component categories, I call this feature, but I actually want to change the name to, I think like layout section. I think that makes more sense. And then we're going to call this layout instead for the slug. So, because I think when you're on Pixel Pieces and you're searching, so instead of searching for feature, because it's more like a layout. It's a layout object, well, component, I guess you can say. So I think that will make the most sense. And if I go to the actual components here, we have this feature. I think we're just going to call this layout 1. I'm going to rename this layout 1. And now that's going to stay the same though. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want this to be number 1. I want this to be like number, how many do we have? We have 22. Let's do it at 23 for now. Where are we? Layout 23. 16, 23. Yeah. Okay, save that. I feel that should be okay. Let's just take a quick look here. Let's make sure when we look at the component categories and we get to the right layout section. Yeah, so it's layout 23. So we're still looking good. We just have to get all the other ones in there. Okay. So first things first. This is boring. So we need to take images of all of these. And I need to come up with a way to consistently take images and have them be like the exact same. Like I wonder, if I go here, okay, oh yeah, I need to update. So if I go here and I do just a whole full page print screen, that's snip, that's different. What's going on here? Nope, I just want full screen. There we go. And new from clipboard. Okay, so this is throwing up both my screens. So that's not really what I want. Okay. I think maybe just for today, we'll do it the hard way. And I'll have to figure out a way to do this an easier way. Okay, so let's open recent. Live stream, no. Component screenshots, right. Okay, so, right. Paste that in there. Let's zoom this in a little bit here. Oh, this is so different than Photoshop. I don't know how to get things to snap. There's got to be, oh yeah, like a magnet thing. Turn that on. There's that going to snap? Oh, there we go. Sweet. I was having trouble with that for forever. I guess I just never even took the time to look for where the tool was. Okay. So if we save this one, we go export, and let's actually create a new folder, and we'll call this one banner images. And this is layout 1. Okay, perfect. So in WordPress, there's something called query results count. Yeah, check how you can do it in Webflow so that the number of components are updated by themselves. Or maybe you already fixed it and I didn't see. So no, I didn't fix that. And there's nothing you can... So within Webflow, I mean, Kevin or Sam, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but there's nothing that you can do. Like you can't perform calculations on... There's no built-in functions that allow you to perform calculations on items that are within your database. Everything else would have to be done, like you'd have to program it in some way and use a third-party integration. So one thing, the way that I would do it, FinSuite has a solution for that. Oh, well, there we go. Which then I guess requires some kind of third-party thing. The thing that I was thinking about is, I mean, basically you can just take the number of components and you can just count them up. Whether that's, like I could just use, what could you use? What can you do? I guess you can, yeah, like I was thinking of using Zapier, and then every time that I published a new one, it would just have an ongoing count, and you could just count that up. But yeah, FinSuite, actually they do have that where it just counts the number of collection items. Yeah, that would actually be easier. Yeah, they have a CMS collection list count or something like that. Yeah, now that that might be the FinSuite, and I think it's I'm pretty sure it's just, which one would it be? I mean, count list items. I guess it would just be this basically. Yeah, I want to count items for this collection. Yeah, so I just count. But see, the problem with this though is you have to load up the whole collection onto a page, and then it counts, and then it displays. So like that's a lot, right? Especially if the collection is going to be 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever. So I don't know what that would do with performance. So instead, if I can keep that count like on Airtable and then just bring it in from Airtable into Webflow, maybe that'll be the easier way to go. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out a way to do this. But yeah, right now it's still just manual. So but it's not that big a deal right now, but yeah, I should still fix it. Okay. So right, we're taking pictures. Yeah, major boring stuff. All right. Boring, but kind of necessary, I guess. Paste that in. Center it up. Excellent. Just thinking about file size as well too. Don't want it too large. Maybe 80 will be okay. Layout 2. It's those small things that made me build mine custom. Webflow gets 90% of the stuff done, but for perfectionists, that last 10% will drive you crazy. Yeah. No, I agree. And that's why I always say Webflow, it's not for everybody. Like, it's for a lot of people, but if you have a specific thing that you want to build and you want everything to be super customized to what your needs are, it might be easier to just build it like your own application, right? Start a React project or start a Rails project or something. Or even start something up on WordPress, right? Like it's something that you can get into the code and do it all yourself. Sometimes that's better. Webflow is like Apple. Even when you don't use it, it costs money. Interesting comparing to Apple. So you hit me at the heartstrings because you know I hate Apple. Is Webflow like Apple? Interesting. That's an interesting analogy. I don't know. I mean, you're in their own ecosystem. I guess a part of it could be. Although I think they're a much better company to their users. They don't screw everybody over. Because the thing with Webflow and a company like this, if you start screwing people over and making your product harder to use, then people will flock to somewhere else. It's a lot easier to switch over where you're building a website than it is to switch over your whole computer ecosystem. Or like if everyone's using Mac for development and whatever, and everyone's got to switch over to Windows or Linux, that's a big deal. But yeah, that's interesting. Webflow is the Apple of the world, of the design development world. Layout 3. All right, let's get these pictures done. What time is it? Oh my goodness, we're already 2 o'clock. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to hide some of these layers below so I don't show through. Save. Layout 4. Oh man, this one's a lot taller. It's the image here. Oh, this one's actually going to have to go smaller this way. All right. Layout 5. This is my very personal opinion. Webflow is very snobbish. It is for people with money who are only interested in design, not optimization, just like Apple. And I am an Apple lover, and you know it. You know what? I don't. Well, I think you're right in that. From the founder, I can't remember when he was talking about this, but I think he really made the tool to be able to help people design stuff well, like taking the HTML and CSS and basically making some like a visual editor for it. So I think it is, yes, more geared towards designers. And designers, I think they can be pretty snobbish in how they have everything need to look and feel kind of perfectly for their world. So I could agree with that to a point. In terms of the pricing, though, it can be expensive, but it could also be a lot cheaper. Because again, if you host out like WordPress engine, you're starting at $30 a month for hosting. So it's like the same price. And then Webflow, of course, is free sorry, like your WordPress is free itself, but yeah. So yeah, no, I'm not, I can't disagree. It's a fair point for sure. I just don't like to be compared to that because I don't like Apple, but yeah, that's a fair point. Since you design these components in Figma, isn't it just a better workflow to just export the previews from Figma? That's actually a really good point. And I probably should do something like that. But I guess the reason why I'm not right now, but I think I will in the future, is because it's a little bit different in Figma than it is in like in Webflow. Because the font, I think everything just looks a little bit different. I have rounded corners here. I need to make it 100% consistent. So you're 100% right. I'm not doing things very efficiently. Like you're right. So I need to figure that out. And I think the reason why I'm doing it this way is because before I wasn't designing everything in Figma. I was just, some things were, and they were a little different. And then I put them into Webflow. Or I design them by hand and I just, I draw them out. So I guess that's why I just kind of caught on doing it this way. And then I wanted to keep at least each image looking consistent. So at least putting them in the same size and whatever. So yeah, I probably should do something like that. And Kevin was talking about this quite a while ago. And it's just something that's on my list to do. It just takes such a long time. It's just to make sure that everything that I design is in Figma and it'd be like a consistent one-to-one match of what's available in Webflow. And then people, if they wanted to take the Figma file or whatever, they can. So yeah, I should do that. And I should aim to get that done. And I don't know how important that is going to be. But it's probably, once I get to the comfortable number of components that I want to have, which I think is going to end up being around 250 to 500 components, until I start really heavily trying to like promote Pixel Pieces and making sure that everything is 100% how I want it to be, then that's probably when I'll probably try to figure out how to really consolidate everything and make everything look consistent across Figma to Webflow. So yeah, it's a really good point. Check UI8. I think that's a good business opportunity for you. I know UI8. I did have a membership with them, and I was really, really pissed off at them because I had it was like a 3-month, you pay like $188 and you have a 3-month, like your ability to download like up to 10 assets a day. And for whatever reason, I wanted to cancel, but I missed the cancellation date and I was auto charged. And I emailed them to say like, hey, this was an accident. Could you please, just refund me? I just didn't want to pay for this, blah, blah, blah. And I heard radio silence from them. So they just like, oh, we got your money. We're going to take it. So I'm like, I'm never giving you money again. So they kind of pissed me off. But anyways, so you're asking about UI8. What is it that you're comparing, like putting food on the table? Are you saying it's a good, how are you saying that it's a good opportunity in terms of things that I could do to build and sell on UI8? Is that, or there's something about UI8's business model that I could use to incorporate into my business? I'm curious to see what you mean by that. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, here we go. All right. And paste in here. Scroll in, scroll in, scroll in there. 6. Sorry, I know this is super boring, but the life of an entrepreneur or the life of a developer, a professional copy and paster. I just find code online and I copy it and I paste it. And I play around with it till it works for what I need. That's what my buddy always said. He was a really, really good developer. Like, he knew his stuff. He's always like, I'm just a professional cut and paster. Hang on. Let's cancel this for a second. This is a little bit. No cap locks. Layout 7. Oh, you can sell Webflow templates on Figma components, right? I see. I realized something recently. People are wary of paying on little known platforms or pages. Yeah, it's definitely a point where I think for anybody that's starting a new business, it's always about, there's no brand awareness at all. Like, nobody knows anything about it, right? So you have to figure out, maybe you have to work a little bit harder to get those first few people through the door and getting those testimonials and getting that social proof out there. So yeah, it does take a little bit. So Webflow templates, that's definitely something that's on the plan to sell templates. So yeah, definitely something that I'm going to be looking into for sure. So super important. Figma components, I don't know so much about that because I don't feel that I'm very good at Figma, and I don't feel that my stuff would be good enough to sell at this point in my like Figma career. I could be wrong, but I tend to not want to sell something I don't have like 110%, knowledge of, that what I'm building is like super, super good. And that's actually going to be beneficial to people, right? Is that a good philosophy to have or not? I don't know. But I'm wary of, always putting out the best products that I can. Hide you. Export. Layout number 8. And number 9. Okay, maybe make it a little bit smaller. Is that centered? Yeah, okay. Layout 9. I have one last doubt. Can item prompt or item scope be added to Webflow components? Item scope. I don't know what those are. You'd have to refresh my memory on what those are, because I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so long for WordPress, and that doesn't even ring a bell to me. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I can't answer that question. I have no idea. So metadata. So the metadata that you can have, well, let me bring it up in a second. So there obviously is some metadata, but I don't know if it's the right ones that are the ones that you that you're thinking of. happened? Why did it paste all the way down here? What the heck? Paste. Why is this being stupid? No, it's not. Oh, I gotta grab by the corners now. Ugh, weird. Man, sometimes this thing really, this affinity photo, it's very strange behavior sometimes. Layout 10. Okay, metadata and properties. So when you're in Webflow, the types of so when you're within any page, you can click the gear icon, and this is the type of stuff that you can get for your metadata that goes before the title page, if that's what you're asking, or before the like in the head tag. So you have title, meta description, and then you have open graph settings, image URL, and site settings here, which is kind of the same thing. And then you can add some stuff here custom for whatever you're looking for. So like that's about it as far as I know in terms of what you can access in terms of metadata properties. So anything else, you're going to have to kind of custom build to your whatever your project needs are, right? Come on, there we go. Okay. Layout 11. All right. Oh yeah, this is my most hated thing to do, is taking these stupid pictures. So figuring out a way, yeah, to just export them completely out from Figma is going to be like the best thing to do ever. And well, it'll actually save time. Oh, right. We're here now. Okay. Layout 12. All right, Rolando. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Much appreciated. And yeah, have a good, I guess, lunchtime-ish. I'm not sure what time zone you're in. Because you're back. You're back home from Vancouver. So yeah, you're back in Eastern time, I think. Anyways, happy late lunch, early supper, whatever the case may be, or even preparing for supper. Did I do 13 yet? No, I didn't. Right, G1. And save. Layout 13. People are going to be looking back at this and being like, oh my goodness, why is this guy so ghetto and how he's doing his stuff? Yes, I know. But we're not always going to be ghetto. We'll get there. We'll build up the processes slowly but surely. I know I've already gotten a lot better even when I was first making the first components. In fact, there's some components that I have gone back on, and there's more that I need to go back on to fix some of the stuff that I've done because they weren't done correctly. I already saved this one. I guess that's what everything is. I mean, it's a learning process, the whole thing. Do something one day, and hopefully you can learn from it and try to fix it for the next day. Layout 16. Oh, getting close, getting close. Oops, wrong one. There we go. $17. Yeah, geez, the more I do this, the more I think about this. It's like, why the hell am I not doing this in Figma? That's what it's for. So utilize my tools properly. I might have to fix that sooner rather than later. Layout 19. Layout 20. Right. Going here. Center. Save. Layout 21 and last one. Okay. export layout 22. Okay, that's done. Actually, let's just save that in case we need it in the future. Okay. So we want to make sure, let's publish all of these. So I had to put this on a new subdomain. So we have com2. So this is basically the second Webflow project that we have to pay for, because this one here, our first one, has about 136 pages, static pages being used for the components. And of course, we're limited to 150. So I just started a new one, and I actually just started just all the layouts on this one just to keep it consistent. So at least I'll have all the layouts on one page, at least until I get to 150. Then if I get more, then I'll have to use another project. I almost like to keep a specific Webflow project for a specific category or type of component, but we can worry about that later. That's just behind the scenes stuff that no one sees. Okay, so that's, did I publish that? Yeah, that's all published. So let me just get the URL so we have that correct. Well, where can we get it? I think we can get it through here. And let's start creating. Right, we need to go into CMS, need to go in our components. So we're gonna start with layout 1. And the category is not feature, it's going to be layout section. We're going to start with 1601. I guess we could start with 1600. The other ones are like that, but I'd like just going with the name or the number. It makes the most sense. And we got to get all this other stuff. It's not pasting. What's going on? I thought I had it copied. Click to copy. Copy. And paste. There we go. Iframe height. So yeah, this is something where they're all going to be different because that's going to collapse. Not collapse, but they're going to stack like this. So just keep it at that for now. Oops. Thumbnail. Let's go to our, I think we have them on the desktop. Banner images. Right. Layout 1. Did that not drag in? What's going on? Oh, we're in some kind of weird find something. Okay. Description. Describing these things are sometimes actually a little bit tricky. How can we describe this guy? Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't done any of them like left to right. We'll need to do that as well to change all of those. Okay. Let's say, say 2-column. Layout with text on the left and image on the right. Pretty simple for now. I think at some point I might go in and just redo all the names of or all the descriptions for all the components, but for now we'll kind of keep it simple. Okay, so we got to go to all of these ones. We need to copy and we need to get the JSON code. Okay, so let's get that. Copy and paste. And let's save that. Let's just have a quick double check to make sure everything looks good. Yeah, so we have this layout here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And if we just go to the actual component and let's go to layout 1, the page is not here. It should be. Did I? What happened? Maybe I just did not put it in correctly. that's not what I wanted to do. Let's. No, you could edit the stuff in the objects right in the editor, but oh, there's no HTTPS. There we go. That would be why. So let's go back. There we go. And there we have it. Just want to make sure it's wide enough. So yeah, the width of this iframe needs to be a little bit higher. That's the only problem with this whole way this whole app is set up, is that I cannot dynamically generate the height of the iframe. Or there was a way, but it was really complicated and I couldn't quite figure it out. So I just have to set this at a specific height. And I think for this one, we're just going to update it. I think it needs to be maybe about 60. Okay, let's copy that, save. And a new one. Layout 2. What? No, not 2.4, just 2. Layout 1602. Thumbnail. Iframe URL 2. Probably the same. Maybe a little bit bigger actually, because there's more stuff in this one. We'll have to go over, make sure everything's right once we publish. Layout 2, copy. And actually, let's bring this over here. Go home, back, paste. Copy, paste. Let's save that one. This is basically the same layout. As this one. Except it has, yeah, maybe I should be more descriptive with text. Text and bullet points. Oh, that's not even in the right spot. Copy. New component. Layout 3. 1603. So I don't know if this is just me being lazy, but I'm thinking, like, do these components actually need to have a description? It's not going to help SEO because these are on an iframe. So, well, actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Those pages they're hidden actually. They're behind a paywall, right? So, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Copy. Paste. But is it me being lazy that's thinking like, oh, maybe we don't need to have a description? Probably should take the time to come up with a description for all of them. I'm going to leave them blank just for now, just because that's pretty boring stuff. And let's just power through getting these out here. 1604. Layout number 4. 4. This one's a lot smaller. Let's go 60. And then the code. Copy and paste. Layout 4 looks good. Copy that one. Go layout 5. 1605. Number 5. And the code. Glad I have a macros on my keyboard where I can just program a one keystroke for copy and paste. It makes all the difference. So doing control copy, control paste. Ugh, it's so annoying doing that all the time. Makes a big difference. It means half as much or half as less amount of keystrokes you gotta make. Layout 6. 1606. Layout 6. That one's also going to be pretty big. Let's try 80. And the code. Copy. Paste. This thing's on GitHub. I would love to just modify this a little bit to just give you a paste button. As soon as you hit enter, just give me a paste button, or sorry, a copy button, so I could just have everything in my clipboard. Because like, why else am I doing this? Only reason is because I want to get it. And then don't make me highlight the whole thing, and then I have to copy it into the clipboard. Just give it to me by default. But that being said, beggars can't be choosers. Without that piece of code, this business would not even be possible for me. Or it would, I just have to hire someone else to write that for me, which would cost a shit ton of money. 1607. 7. 80. And let's go to layout 7. Copy. Oh, that's bigger. And paste. Create. Layout 8. 1608. Shit, I didn't copy. Didn't copy the URL. It's okay. Do this one first. Copy. Paste. And I can copy this one here. And we're at 8. And create. It's actually going not that slowly. Should be there. Should be publishable soonish. Layout 9. Layout 9 also that pretty wide. Copy. Home. So repetitive with all these just repeating things. I'm kind of surprised I haven't made like any keyboard errors on this yet. 1610. Knock on wood. I'll go 80 and JSON code. Copy and paste. Excellent. Layout 11, 1611. Drop in the image, iframe URL, get the JSON object, paste, copy, paste, copy, layout 12, 1612, thumbnail. We're past the halfway point. Oh, this is going to be large as well too. I feel like it might even need to be more than that. Let's put it at, yeah, whatever. Put it at 90, we'll fix it. Fix it later when we actually see what it looks like. Okay, copy, back, paste. Copy and paste. Layout 13. 1613. Copy and oh my goodness, drew blank and paste here. Right. Layout 14. 1614. Frame URL 14. Iframe height 80 and code. Copy. That is G4. And paste. All right, layout 15. 1615. 15. 80. Right, code. Oh, wrong page. And paste. Layout 16. 1616. 16. All right. This is going to be pretty easy to figure out the maximum iframe height for all these ones because they're all going to be very, very similar. And the code, right. Copy this one. And paste. Layout 17. 16, 17. Ah, there's 5 more after this one. Copy. Oh, which one's 17? Yeah, I'll go 80. Layout 18. Right, section 16. 16, 18. And this is a 3-column layout. So maybe let's put this, 3 images stacking. So it might be a little bit higher. Then again, yeah, maybe. All right. Copy. Paste. I should probably maybe put some of these new ones on the homepage, or maybe the homepage should actually be like the dashboard should be random actually, now that I think about it. Because now whenever you log into Pixel Pieces, you see the same 12 components. It should probably be random. Well, I guess the idea was because there's maybe certain things I wanted to feature. The most prominent ones or the most, the most used. Actually, what would be really cool is, because within Mixpanel, we'll know every time someone clicks on a component to copy, that triggers an event. So we can even take that event and we could put it into the database where it's like, hey, this one was copied. And then we could just have a running total of how many times a component was copied. And then, yeah, we'll just have that information. And then we could sort by, like this could be just a field here of how many times copied, right? And then we could sort by number of times a component was copied. Like popularity. Hey, there we go. Maybe we do something like that. Kevin Nelson, famed YouTuber and former Webflow employee, has a video on randomizing CMS items on load. Isn't that just doesn't Webflow do that automatically? I thought you can sort by random. Well, let's just have a look. But I should check that out. Hang on, let's finish this here, and then I'll just check that out. I thought for sure that's already like kind of built into Webflow, but I guess I could be wrong. No, I'm almost positive it's built in. Almost positive, because I think I've done it before for a client. Layout 20. 16, 20. All right, let's go here. Oh, here. There we go. Man, I need a fan in this office. It's very hot and humid for the past few days here, and there's no windows in here, and there's just one air exchange thing, but I don't have any real airflow, and it's muggy and the door's closed. So it's been like, what, 2.5 hours almost on stream, and I could feel the heat. 1620, 1621. Oh, second last one. 100. Copy. And copy. And paste here. Oops. Layout 22. 1622. Paste 22. This one, yeah, this one might be pretty tall too. Copy and paste. Okay. So 22, 21, 20, 19, the numbers seem to be going. Okay, that looks good. Oh, there's a couple here that don't have an iframe height. We need that. And this one here. So Kevin, all right, it randomizes it once, I believe, or maybe just on publish. Oh, not on reload. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. So then that's the difference. Yeah, so because I think, well, if we go, so if we basically go on the, where am I? Is it this? This components page. Yeah. So here we have these ones being sorted by just a sort order for just the component sort order that I have. And yeah, because you can just randomize it, I would imagine. Random order, yeah, but it's going to do every time the page refreshes, right? Which is what you don't want. So, well, that's cool. I don't know how I'd want to do it. Maybe it'd be kind of cool if it was on page load, though. That would be a random component. Yeah, I don't know. This is all components. I actually want to see. It's the dashboard. This is the one here. If it's a featured sort and in alphabetical order. Right, so these are the ones that are featured. So I can control what's being displayed on here. But I wonder, can you have another sort order? I wonder if, you can't randomize it, eh? Because it'd be cool if I could randomize and only randomize ones that are featured. That would be kind of cool. Anyways, those are little details. Don't need to worry about too much right now. Let's go back to our component categories. Let's look at our layout section. Okay. Okay, I'm noticing a couple issues. These ones here, layout 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 10, 11. There's not enough padding on here. Like there's not enough spacing. So I wonder, I could change the screenshots, or maybe I can just change, like I can add some some padding around this. So if I add some padding, let's just see what happens here. Yeah, we're gonna, if we throw in some padding like this, and let's just give it a background of white. I mean, that helps. But is that what I want? 0.5. Well, that looks a lot better. So I could leave it like that at least for now. And that app collection image should be on every page. Let me just have a quick look here. Let's look at our dashboard. Right, but then the problem is that these ones now that are full screen have a border around it. And I don't want that either. So no, we don't want that. So we don't want that. Okay, I'm just gonna have to adjust the images. Again, not a big deal for right now. So let's look at our new layouts. So if it doesn't have a description, it's not it's not the end of the world. At least not right now. So everything's looking, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Now, I guess the one thing that we can do is just make sure that the heights are good. All right, so that looks good. So yeah, that's probably about yeah, that looks good. Layout 2. I don't know if anyone's gonna go this small. That looks pretty good. I think like this. Layout 3, just about the same. We might want to give that a little bit more. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go here to this components. Layout 3. Let's give that one 70. Refresh this. Once we get we just set the heights properly, then we can publish, and then we'll just verify to make sure all the components are copying and pasting correctly. Oh, let's go layout 4. Layout 4 could probably go up quite a bit. Same with 5. Oh my god, that's like way higher than it needs to be. Let's go. I think we could almost probably even lower than that, but yeah, that looks good. Yeah, looking good. Number 6. Oh, same thing for number 6. Way too big. Same with 7. 8. 9. Yeah, again, let's go back to all of those. And 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's bring them all to 80. See how that works. Or sorry, 50. Down from 80 to 50. The only one might be 9, might need to be a couple ones bigger. Oh, right, I could edit it right through here. Maybe we can give that a try. See how well that works. I know what happens sometimes when I'm in Webflow and I'm looking at I'm iterating through the different component layouts. It just doesn't allow me to update them. Sometimes it's really, really strange. I'll go here. Let's go 50. Save that. Maybe slightly bigger. Oh, actually, this is really nice. I don't have to go back and forth. I'm so used to going back and forth with this thing. Because you couldn't edit the information right here. But now you can. Just a little bit bigger. This one needs to be a bit bigger. 90. Let's see, 100. I don't think anyone's going that small, but you never know. That's a lot, but that's okay. Better to have longer scroll bars than people not being able to see anything at all. Oh, there's a problem here. These. I need to do this on these components. So the ones that are, this is component 13. So if I go here, if I go small here, these things are not centered. So this whole button group here, yeah, it needs to be centered only on ones that are centered. So we're gonna have to put in this modifier is centered. So we can, I think we need to just align it like this. I think that should be it, right? Yeah, that does it. So that's on layout 13. So let's just copy this one. It's gonna, I'm gonna have to fix all of them. So I guess we need to go, we need to go back here. Need to paste that in. Copy and fix this into 13. We'll have to fix the other ones that are centered, but we'll worry about, well, let's get the layout fixed in terms of the right size for blah, 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 what is it? For the iframe, and then we'll fix that. So maybe 75. Yeah, that's good. 14, layout 15. This one's pretty good. This one's good as is. 16. I'll just bring this one down a little bit. 75. Good. this one down just a tad as well. Looks good. 18. Maybe 95. Yeah. Layout 19. This one also 95. It's the same size. Oops. Layout 20. Okay, that needs to be a little bit taller. Let's try 110. A little bit bigger. 120 will probably do the trick. Yeah, good. Not getting cut off anymore. Same size. And the last one. Okay, this one's going to be the largest size. So let's go here. What do we have it at? I think maybe 70. Here's the largest. Yeah, that looks fine. 70. 70 works. All right, so we got all those fixed. Now, which are the components that are centered? I think we could take a quick look if we look at this page. Oh, go back to the right size. Layouts. Okay, so what's centered? So layout 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's lots. Okay. So let's start with 5. All right, so this needs to be, is centered. Right. Small change, but let's copy. This is the only thing that's really annoying is if you make any change to like any component at all, you have to re-download the code or grab the code, I should say. All right, so 5, and then I think I said 7. Yep. Is centered. Copy that. Almost ready to go live. Copy. Layout 7. Eight. Oh man, I'm starting to sweat here. It is hot. I wonder if I could open the door. Oh, at least got the door open, get some airflow maybe. Try not to be too loud. Did I just update 8? No, I didn't update 8. Oh, yes, I did. Did I copy this? I don't even know. I'm going to do this again. Copy. Layout 8. 9 is centered. Copy. Oh, this one's not so bad though. Doing this. Should have caught that mistake before I finished. That's my bad. Usually that stuff doesn't get through, but every once in a while. Blame it on the heat. Layout 10. Copy. And paste. Layout 10. Save. 11. Yep. No, here first. Wait a minute. If this is on the clipboard, oh, I don't know if I can just copy it. I guess it won't work. If I just copy it and paste it straight up into Webflow. — 12? No, 12 is good. 13, we need 13. Oh, no, 13 we have it. But just not on this one. Okay, no, it looks good there. Copy. And paste. Copy. This is 13. And save. 14, nothing there. 15, that should just be centered. Yep. 16, no buttons. 17, no buttons. 18, also no buttons. 19, no buttons. 20, button, but already left aligned. This button, already centered. 22 should already be centered. Okay, we're good. So, hey. Yeah, I'm almost done. Yeah, just about to publish live here. So let's publish this. And I think we're good here. If we just have one last look. The whole way that I have this identified as like what type it is, it gets right in the way of the actual image. So I need to, lots of little UI improvements that we're going to make as well on Pixel. Oh, one last thing. So how many layout components do we have? We have 23. So we have to update that in the database. Component categories, layouts. There's 23 in here. So 23. So we have to add 22 to the total number that we have right now. Stats. Right? So number of components. 36 plus 22 is 58, right? I believe so. Save. And yeah, let's publish. Go straight to live. And let's go to our dashboard here. Let's look at let's get our cut and paste project here, just so we can start testing these things out. So we need to go to live. Let's log in. And let's look at our layout sections. All right, layout 11. Let's copy that one. And let's paste it. Layout 11. Cool, it's working. I mean, it should work. Where were we? No, let's close this. Let's try layout 20. Let's copy that one and paste here, layout 20. Nice. Let's make sure this one's still working, right? Layout 23. Oh, this is actually getting cut off completely. What's happening there? I think that's, hang on. Let's go, where are we? Components. Layout 23. Right, this needs to be higher, and we could just publish that straight away. That should fix this. There we go, fixed. Let's try layout 20. Or layout 22, I should say. That's what yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Let's close that. Let's go layout 1. Paste. Layout 1. Yeah, I mean, everything's pretty, I'm not going to look at all of them, but if we view number 8, can we copy this one from here? We have to look at, this one's actually getting cut off. Layout 8 is getting cut off. Is layout 9 getting cut off too? These are all getting cut off. Let me just paste that. Layout 8 is there. Oh, they're getting cut off because they're in the really large screen, which I never really anticipated. But everything looks to be working. So let's just have a look. So I think it starts at layout. Let's go back. The large ones, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're going to make these ones. We're just not going to mess around. Put these at 100. So yeah, I'd rather have a larger area than scroll bars, or then for things to get cut off. Up to 11. All right, let's publish that. Yeah, so when the screen is really large, I mean, that image gets really huge. That looks pretty good now. Again, if I'm super widescreen, that's 4K, then it's getting, it's getting up there, but I mean, yeah, this is the scroll bar thing, but yeah, it's not too bad of an issue having that extra scroll bar there. It is what it is. Okay. Yeah, it just might be a little bit of an issue if you have stuff at the bottom. Like this one has content here, and if we go super wide, we're not even going to be able to see it, so it needs to be even bigger. Which number is that? That one's 11. Let me go 10 and 11, make those ones even bigger. Wait, I thought I already made these ones larger. jeez. Iframe height is 55. Why, when you go on here, it says it's 100? That is really strange. Let's refresh this. This is weird. Give me two different numbers. Oh, it's probably, oh, we are zoomed in. Let's go take a quick look. So layout 9 says the iframe height is 100. And now it's at 100. Okay, so now it's back to how it should be. Okay. So 10 and 11. Actually, all of these ones should make them a little bit bigger. Let's go 120. Yeah, 5 to 11. Save. Okay. So that is it. So let's just, I don't know, let's just test a couple more. Layout 10. It's hard to see, make sure that it's the actual same one. That's layout 10. Layout 10. Yep. 14. Layout 14. Yep. Layout 18. Left aligned content. 3 columns. Perfect. I think we're good. And maybe let's try, I don't know, did I do 6? Maybe I didn't do 9. Let's view it and copy component number 9. Layout number 9. There it is. Perfect. All right. So 3 hours about, we were able to publish 22 new components, which brings our component count to 156. Oh, there's one thing that we can do is we can go on to our pricing page now. What am I doing? Pricing. We can say, well, now we have 158, I think, right? So we could say over 155. That sounds too cheesy. Let's go 150. And yeah. And maybe we could make a couple of them free. So let's go to our components again. So maybe layout 1, we can make that one free. And what will be another good one to make free? Maybe layout 5. That's a pretty standard one. Make that one free. And maybe like 18? Like a 3-column layout? Uh, 18. And maybe a 2-column layout as well. Like maybe 13. I don't know. I'm just kind of picking here at random. So that gives us 4 more. So then we can say 30 components for free. I think that's where we're at with the freemium. So we could publish that. And yeah, perfect. Yeah, 158 components. Yeah, sweet. So So let's log out. We can just take a look at the pricing page. Yeah, over 150 plus components, access to 30 components for free. And away we go. All right, so I am going to leave it there for today. That's good, 3 hours of work. Get up, get some stretch, go for a walk. Yeah, and we'll come back here tomorrow. What are we gonna work on tomorrow? I don't know. Guess you'll have to tune in to find out. I guarantee it's probably gonna have to do something with pixel pieces. But other than that, you have to wait and see. So Sam, Rolando, Kevin, thanks so much for tuning in today, and thanks for the feedback. Super appreciated. Pizza, yes, pizza's happening tomorrow for sure. We're definitely gonna have pizza. How could I forget about Pizza Friday? Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll have to have a pizza thing like on screen. You don't want to see me eat pizza. That's kind of crazy. Anyways, yep. Thanks again. And that's it for me. And keep plugging away. Keep working away at your goals and whatever it is that you're working on. Wishing you all the best. And of course, we'll be back here tomorrow for a brand new stream. Until then, take care. And yeah, we'll see you then.